evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV. I am yours faithfully, Mori Rebi Lalawal. First are the major headlines for the world news. 2023, Buhari's successor will face multiple problems. Sanusi. Breaking news, declares state of emergency on ritual killings, reps to FG. Tambuwal, I will use modern technology to rescue, to resecure Nigeria. If we had president, NNPC will be sanctioned over idle-freighted petrol, Idris Abdul Karim. Igbo's detention misplacement of justice, Gani Adams. And concerning 2023 presidency, any party with northern candidate will lose election, southern governors declare. Suspected Fulani militias kill 4, set houses ablaze in fresh southern Kaduna attack. Police arrest Lagos Island gang leader for slashing man's intestines. Now to foreign story. Macron says Putin told him Russia won't escalate Ukraine crisis. And to sport. Qatar 2022 race final battle. Super Eagles Black Stars renew 71-year rivalry with March 27th clash. Now the news in details. A former Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, governor, and 14th Emir of Kano, Muhammad Sanusi II, has said that whoever succeeds President Muhammadu Buhari will face multiple of problems that the nation passed through in 2015. Sanusi, former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, noted that the country was in a deep hole at the end of former President Goodluck Jonathan's administration in 2015, but added that the country would have been in a deeper hole by 2023. Sanusi said this while speaking in Abeokuta, capital of Ogun State, on Monday when he paid a courtesy visit to Chief Tayo Shoumi, Babala Adini of Ebaland and Baba Adini of Ijemo, Abeokuta, as part of the event scheduled for Shoumi's 80th birthday celebration. He wondered if those jostling to succeed Buhari knew the enormity of the challenges battling the country and the wherewithal to tackle them. Sanusi therefore solicited for prayers from all Nigerians and also canvassed for the need for citizens to vote politicians who have the capacity, competence, and can be trusted. Sanusi, who is the Grand Khalifa of the Tijaniya movement in Africa, said, I think we should also remind ourselves as Muslims and as citizens that we all owe it to ourselves to elect those who can have our trust. If you choose somebody who is imperfect to lead you, if you choose somebody who is weak to lead you, if you choose someone who is incompetent to lead you, you can only be blamed by yourself because Allah says you should only give that trust to those who can be trusted. To the next story concerning the world news. The House of Representatives on Wednesday said a state of emergency on ritual killings in the country should be declared by the federal government. The lawmakers also called for a campaign against the menace, saying the effort of parents, schools, religious leaders, and the media is needed. This is following a motion sponsored by Deputy Minority Leader of the House, Toby Okechukwu, who lamented that ritual killings have taken a new dimension in recent times. Merchants of such wicked acts often use social media as a ready tool to advertise their evil behavior. Ritual killing has become a predominant theme in most homemade movies, which, if not checked, our younger generation may begin to view as an acceptable norm. Fake clerics, imams, herbalists, and native doctors are often complicit in the heinous practices. Although our communities are getting more religious, with the proliferation of churches and mosques, the ugly trend of ritual killing is on the rise as the quest for wealth at all costs pervades our society. The motion was unanimously adopted by the House, which called on the Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, to take urgent steps to increase surveillance and intelligence gathering with a view to apprehend and prosecute all perpetrators of ritual killings in Nigeria. To the next story as well. Governor Aminu Tambuwal of Sokoto State and the People's Democratic Party, PDP, presidential aspirant has promised to use modern technology to resecure Nigeria if elected. He said that this after a consultative meeting with Kebbi State PDP executives, delegates, and other key stakeholders of the party held at the state secretariat in Birnin Kebbi, the state capital. The Nigerian security forces are struggling to contain the security challenges bedeviling the country, which include terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, farmers' elders crisis, and communal crisis. The incumbent president, Muhammadu Buhari, had promised to end insecurity in the country, but after almost 7 years in charge, no solution was in sight. But Tambuwal vowed to deploy modern technologies to solve the problem once and for all if elected president in 2023. The News Agency of Nigeria now reported that Tambuwal was bringing KB in continuation of consultation towards accomplishing his intent of becoming the presidential flag bearer of PDP. Tambuwal, who was a former Speaker, House of Representatives, said, "First of all, it's about ensuring that Nigeria is resecured, and to do that, we must reorientate our people as security forces so that they learn and understand the techniques of the current security challenges." On education, the aspirant observed that if care is not taken, the country's education system would collapse, insisting that the issue was glaring in the lingering squabbles between the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, and the federal government. Tambuwal also said if elected, he would intensify effort more on rail services, support constitutional amendment to develop more powers to states. Veteran singer Idris Abdul Karim has called for sanctions on the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) for the supply of adulterated petrol across the country. The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority (NMDPRA) confirmed the supply of petrol with methanol quantities above Nigeria's specification found in the supply chain was responsible for scarcity and long queues at filling stations across the country. It also assured that oil marketers had been directed to ensure a sufficient supply of petrol in all outlets all over the country. NMDPRA noted that the limited quantity of the affected fuel has been withdrawn from the market and the sole supplier identified. However, reacting, Abdul Karim said NNPC should be sanctioned for the importation of contaminated petrol responsible for the fuel's scarcity in the country if Nigeria had a precedent. On his Instagram page, he wrote, "If we had a precedent, the entire management of NNPC will face sanctions for the importation of contaminated petrol." Yahoo government, says Idris Abdul Karim. To the next story concerning the Yoruba Nation agitator, Chief Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba land, Gani Adams, yesterday described the continuous attention of Yoruba Nation activist Sunday Adeyemo, fondly called Sunday Igboho without a trial, a misplacement of justice, insisting the Benin court has no respect for human rights. He, however, commended the effort of the activist counsel, Chief Yomi Aliyu San, to seek redress from the ECOWAS court. Adams, in a statement by his special assistant on media, Kehinde Aderemi, expressed disappointment at the manner with which the Republic of Benin handled Igboho's case. He argued that Igboho's prolonged detention has shown that the law of the Benin's government is not respecter of human rights. The statement reads, "There was a misplacement of justice in the way Igboho's detention was extended without trial. It is evident that the Benin's government has taken Igboho's case far beyond the normal legal procedures. He did not commit any crime. He was just expressing his displeasure under the ambit of the law. However, despite the fact that there were no criminal charges against him, the Benin Republic Court still detained him unjustly without trial. The extension of the detention of Igboho further exposed the frailty in the administration of justice. The young man's rights have been abused without trial. He had not been convicted of any offense. The law of any country that claims to be guided by the rule of law should be explicit on the rights of the citizens. Having spent over 6 months unjustly in Benin detention, it is sad that the young man's rights have been trampled upon, especially for spending much longer than it should be for a person who had not been convicted of any offense and a person who is not a criminal by any standard." Back to Nigeria's presidency debate going on. Chairman of Southern Governors Forum and Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu yesterday warned that any political party that fields a northern candidate in the 2023 presidential election will lose. Akeredolu said that governors in the southern part of the country, under the auspices of the Southern Governors Forum, are determined to ensure that the next president comes from the south. The governor said this in Akure, the Ondo State capital, during a courtesy visit by members of a group Power Rotation Movement led by the chairman, Dr. Pogu Bitrus, who also doubles as the chairman, Middle Belt Forum. All members of the group include the co-chair, retired General Collins Ihekire, representing the Ohaneze Ndibo, National Organizing Secretary of Afenifere Abagun Kole Omololu, representative of Yoruba Council of Elders, Honorable Ayodele Oni, National Publicity Secretary of Afenifere Comrade Jaye Ajayi, National Publicity Secretary of PANDEP, Honorable Ken Robinson, and Comrade Kennedy Iyere, National Coordinator of Powership Movement and 40 Million Ballots, a movement being driven by the youth, among others. Akinleye, who said those pushing against the power rotation in the country are tinkering with the existence of Nigeria, added that he believes in one fair and equitable Nigeria. He commended the group for its approach by involving youth in galvanizing support and votes ahead of the 2023 election. Moving from presidential race to another trying time story which has rocked Nigeria for past years. About 4 persons have been confirmed killed by suspected Fulani militias who attacked Sabon Kaura village in Atiyab Chiefdom, Zagokata, local government area of Kaduna State on Tuesday night. A source told Daily Post that virtually all the houses in the village were completely burned down by the attackers. According to him, the suspected Fulani militias came in their hundreds and carried out their plan. For now, 4 persons have been confirmed killed, while many are missing, while I cannot confirm those injured. He added that the entire village is in total confusion after what happened, saying that there were only 5 military personnel present when the attackers invaded the area and therefore could not be able to contain them. ASP Mohammed Yadige, the State Police Public Relations Officer, did not respond to calls put to his phone to confirm the incident as at the time of filing these reports. From that story, we move to Lagos State from the north part. A wanted thug, Solani Yusuf, has been apprehended and is now in police custody. He was arrested by the state's Criminal Investigation Department (SCID) of the Lagos State Police Command. Eagle Eye reports. Yusuf is the head of All Strong, a notorious group that has been terrorizing residents of Lagos Island areas. The gang leader and his boys are accused of perpetrating a series of crimes, including robberies and murders. The police launched a fresh man-on after Yusuf recently slashed one Tajuddin's solid stomach. The impact slashed the victim's intestines. The attacker ran away after some youth overpowered him and forced the knife out of his hand. Yusuf was said to have boasted that he would only spend 3 months in police detention because he works for the politicians. Lagos Island is reputed for having a high number of miscreants. The peace there has remained fragile for decades as rivals attack each other at will. In January, 2 days of bloody clashes in Idumota, Kosoko, Oluwole, Martins, and Balogun crippled business activities. Following outrage and accusations of official covers, the Lagos government directed the police to find and prosecute the masterminders. Less than 1 week later, Aziz Adekunle Lawal, Kunle Poli, Prince Idowu Onikoyi Johnson, and Agbola Akim Kosoko were arrested. A Yaba Chief Magistrate Court ordered that Lawal, a National Union of Road Transport Workers NURTW leader, and others be remanded at the Police Zone 2 headquarters, Oniko. And from that story, we quickly go through the foreign story. French President Emmanuel Macron said Tuesday that Russian President Vladimir Putin told him that Moscow would not further escalate the Ukraine crisis. Macron also said it will take time to find a diplomatic solution to the rising tensions, which represent the biggest security crisis between Russia and the West since the Cold War. His remarks on a visit to Kiev came as the Kremlin denied report that he and Putin struck a deal on de-escalating the crisis. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said that in the current situation, Moscow and Paris can't be reaching any deals. Macron met with Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky amid mounting fears of a Russian invasion. Moscow has massed over 100,000 troops near Ukraine's border, but it says it has no plans to attack. The Kremlin wants guarantees from the West that NATO will not accept Ukraine and other former Soviet nations as members, that it halt weapons deployment there and roll back its forces from Eastern Europe, demands the US and NATO reject as non-starters. At a news conference after meeting Zelensky, Macron had said Putin told him during more than 5-hour session Monday that it won't be initiating an escalation. I think it is important. According to the French president, Putin also said there won't be any Russian permanent military base or deployment in Belarus, where Russia had sent a large number of troops for war games. Macron also sought to temper expectations. And finally, to sports story. Nigeria and Ghana will face off in a pitch battle at the MKO Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, on Sunday, March 27th, in what is the final leg of potentially explosive FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 playoff round. The Nigeria Football Federation on Tuesday confirmed the date of the reverse leg to the Confederation of African Football. Ghana Football Association will now confirm whether the first leg inside the Cape Coast Stadium will be on Wednesday, March 23rd or Thursday, March 24th. The final leg encounter will be the 59th clash at senior level between both West African giants in a checked 71-year rivalry. It will also be the first time game involving the Super Eagles at the country's premium sporting arena since the Eagles defeated Sudan's Falcons of January 21 in an African Cup of Nations qualifying match on October 15, 2014. Nigeria reached the playoff round after topping a qualifying pool that included Cape Verde, Liberia, and the Central African Republic, while Ghana emerged from the section that had South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Ethiopia. That was the world news from BGI TV. But before we go, a quick recap of the headlines once again. Concerning 2023, Buhari's successor will face multiple problems, Senusi declares state of emergency on ritual killings. Reps tell FG, I beg your pardon. Tambuwa, I will use modern technology to resecure Nigeria. If we had president, NNPC will be sanctioned over allocated petrol, Idris Abdul Karim. We also brought to you Igbo's detention misplacement of Justice Gani Adams. Another interesting story coming from the 2023 presidency. Any party with northern candidate will lose election, southern governors declare. Suspected Fulani militias take for life, set houses ablaze in first southern Kaduna attack. We also brought to you police arrest Lagos Island gang leader for murdering and some other related crime cases. And to foreign story, Macron says Putin told him Russia won't escalate Ukraine crisis. And sport. Qatar 2022 race final battle. Super Eagles Black Stars renew 71-year rivalry with March 27th clash. For more updates on YouTube, our handle is Babagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates of our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page for updates as well. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placement of equipment services and production. Our corporate of event and function as well. The phone number streaming on your screen is the number to dial. Thank you for watching. I am Maureen Rebi Lalawa. Good evening.